guys, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all having a wonderful beginning to 2014. This video is going to be, of course, my monthly favourites for January. I don't really have much to say, so let's just get straight into it. So the first thing that I've been loving for the past month, well, I've sort of had more of a love-hate relationship with it. I still can't decide whether or not I'm really happy that I bought this or whether I'm kind of like, But it's the Naked 3 palette by Urban Decay. I know when I found out that there was going to be a number 3, I was so excited. I tried everything I could to find it, to be able to get it shipped to Australia somehow. I know that Urban Decay does not ship to Australia, so that kind of sucks. But I did find it on a website, Tarazz, TARAZZ.com, which I will link below. It's pretty much Sephora. It's owned by Sephora. I'm assuming it is. But it's kind of, it has the same makeup brands and stuff like that, but it can be shipped to Australia. So that's where I got this from. I will leave the link below if anyone in Australia wants to get some American branded makeup and you can't find it anywhere else. Then I definitely recommend that website. But you guys have probably all seen this palette before. Just a really pretty pink undertone palette. It is really gorgeous. Like when I look at it, it's such a pretty palette. One thing I don't like about it is the case. I really don't like this big chunky like metal / plastic case. I'm not really a fan of it. I didn't really like it on the Naked 2. I like the original Naked palette because it was so soft and sleek, and it was just a lot less cheaper feeling to me. I just feel like this is a bit cheap. But these are really, really gorgeous shades. They are really pigmented, except for one of them, which is Dust, which is this really gorgeous shimmery pink shade, but it just does not show up like that on your lids at all. It's really, really disappointing. I think it's really, really gorgeous though, but some of the other ones like Buzz and Trick, Factory, Mugshot, I mean, all the matte ones, Strange Limit and Nuna, like they are all gorgeous shades. I just don't know how well this really works for my brown eyes. I'm going to have to play around with it a bit more and see how I like it, but I will have a Valentine's Day tutorial coming up for you guys that should be uploaded sometime after this one, using the Naked 3 palette and one shadow from another palette that I have. But I mean, if you're thinking about buying it and you really are kind of sick of neutral shades, I definitely recommend getting this one. It's something nice, you know, it's got that really nice pink undertone to it. It's really dreamy and just really gorgeous looking on the eyes. I mean, I think for blue eyes this looks beautiful. There are some disappointments with some of the shades not being as pigmented, but for the most part, I mean, it's only like, it really is only the Dust shade that I'm really, really disappointed in. I wish it kind of did have a few more like really nice shimmery shades, more lighter toned shades, because the Burnout one just next to Dust is a bit too dark to really have all over the lid, in my opinion. But regardless, it is gorgeous. If you're thinking about buying it, go ahead and buy it. If you're just sick of brown neutral shades, this is a great palette to have, and it kind of just changes stuff up, but not too much to where you're uncomfortable with it. Next, I have been loving my Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup. I absolutely love this foundation. Months ago, I know everyone was talking about it, they were all raving about it. They just said how amazing it was, and it's just so awesome, and it's full coverage, and it's beautiful. A lot of people say that this has like a matte finish, but with my oily skin, I don't set it with powder either. If I just apply this by itself, just put my normal blush, bronzer on, I do set underneath my eyes because I use the MAC Pro Longwear, but this can give you a really nice dewy finish. Not too dewy, like just like in the T-zone area, but that could just be for my oily skin. But it does look really nice if you don't set it with a powder, and it's not really sticky either. But this has amazing coverage. It is on the pricey side, but I understand why everyone loves this product so much. It is a really, really good foundation. If you want to see a full review on this, I did film one, like a first impression, but I don't know where that footage went. So if you want to see a full review on this, definitely let me know in the comments below, and I would be happy to do that for you. Next thing I've been loving, which is what I've been setting my under eyes with, and XO actually got me onto this. I've had this for a while. I just used it for a couple times and for some reason I hated it, and now I'm obsessed with it. It's the e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder, and it's just in a little pot like this, really small. You don't get very much product, and this is in the shade Sheer, and it just has a little sifter in the middle, if you can see. So I just put some in the cap and then use a really big fluffy crease brush to blend it underneath my eyes. But this sets my concealer like it doesn't give any lines. It keeps it in place all day and it stops it from creasing extremely well. And I believe this is only maybe $5 on the e.l.f. website. It's an amazing under eye setting powder. I really recommend it. I think it's really close to the MAC Prep and Prime, but this is a loose version. I mean, it's not as good as a MAC Prep and Prime, but if you're looking for something really inexpensive and that's going to work pretty much the same, definitely check this out. Next, I have been loving the Benefit Rockateur blush. This is the most gorgeous blush. You guys have probably all seen it a million times. It is just the prettiest natural pink coral, like gorgeous shade. I just can't explain it. It is so pretty. I think the smell of this is very overpowering though. If you're someone who's really sensitive to scents, I wouldn't really recommend getting this, or even if you do, I wouldn't apply a lot of it, because this smell of this blush really does linger on your skin throughout the whole day. Like I can smell it all day long when like a random gust of wind goes by or something. But it is a really gorgeous blush. It is amazing for every day. It just gives a perfect flush to your cheeks where it's not too pink and it's not too dull looking, but it's not too bright. It's just the perfect neutral blush for every day. I really love it. I've also been loving the Revlon Super Lustrous collection. I will have a haul coming up of some stuff that I got on discount, and they had these on sale, and I got a few more shades. I think I already have like 5 now, but I'll just show you the ones here. Paparazzi Pink is a really gorgeous shimmery pink shade. It's really pretty, and these aren't intensely pigmented, but they are pigmented enough to where you can still get the color. And this one is Primrose, and this is just a gorgeous pink. I really love this color. I think it's so pretty. I also bought another one, and it's like a nude shade, but it's like a natural nude. It doesn't mute out your lips or anything. It's like a Your Lips But Better type of color. It's just got that nice hint of pink with a bit of a nude touch and a bit of shimmer in it. Most of these lipsticks do have a bit of a pearlescent finish to it, or some type of glitter in them. I haven't really found one that's just completely the lipstick color and that's it. They are really glossy and they glide on like a dream. They don't last very long, but they really do have gorgeous shades. If you can pick these up on sale or anything, definitely try them. They have amazing color range. They are the nicest lipsticks from the drugstore. I love Maybelline Color Sensational lipsticks. I think they are amazing, but they don't have that big of a color range. Most of them are more, I think, mature shades. They are more like a brown tone, more like a neutral tone lipstick. They don't really have nice vibrant colors, but I really do love Maybelline lipsticks as well. The next thing I've been loving is the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster, and this is in the shade Light to Medium. And this is just the nicest bronzer ever. I believe this was fairly expensive. It was like $25. But it is just the nicest bronze color. I mean, when you look at it, it has tiny specks of shimmer in it, but when you apply it on the skin, it has no shimmer to it whatsoever. And it's like, I don't know if you can see it properly, but it's a really nice, cool toned bronzer. It doesn't give you a big like wall of color. It's just the nicest everyday type of bronzer. It's really good if you want like a natural contouring one as well. And you get quite a lot of product in here. This is 3 ounces, which is 9 grams. And I mean, that's quite a lot of product, and it does have a little spot where you get a brush with it as well. So that's quite handy. Not that I use the brush anyway. But it's a really nice bronzer. I really recommend it. Especially if you're someone with light skin. I think this would be perfect for girls with light skin. I just think this is just the nicest colored bronzer. It just has it doesn't have too much orange in it. It doesn't have too much like a brown tone. It's just a really cool tone bronzer, and I really love it. Next thing I've been loving is the e.l.f. Healthy Glow Bronzing Powder. This is in the shade Luminance, and this is a highlighter. Don't think that this is going to be a bronzer at all. It's kind of like an off champagne color. It's very strange, but this is only like $2, $3 maybe, but it is so pigmented. It does have a bit of a gritty feeling like now that I'm swatching it, but it applies so beautifully on the skin. It gives you the nice wash of shimmer like on your cheeks, and it's not chunky glitter either. It's just like a nice, I don't know how to describe it, I know the word, but it's just like a nice, it's not like big chunks of glitter, it's just a nice, I don't know the word, but you guys know what I mean. It's not a big chunky glitter highlighter is what I'm getting at. It's just the right amount of shimmer, and you don't need a lot of this either. A little bit goes a really long way. You only want to be using a tiny little bit for highlight anyway, but it's really nicely pigmented and it's cheap, so that's always a bonus. Next thing I've been loving is the Ardell brow wax pencil thing. I remember I got this in a kit and it came with like a heated eyelash curler. But it's just a simple black pencil with the wax in the middle, and the lid also comes with a sharpener as well. I really love this wax. I did just buy the Ardell brow gel. I'm not really a fan of it, mostly because the wand just doesn't collect any product whatsoever, and it's really annoying. But this wax is really nice. It's not a thick wax, so when you put it on you don't feel like you're putting like a big line of wax on your eyebrows. It's really thin in consistency, and if I just fill in my eyebrows, put this on, and then go through with this spoolie brush and brush it all out, it just blends in seamlessly. My eyebrows don't look like I have wax on them, and they stay in place all day. So I really think if you guys can pick this up in a deal, I know that Ardell mostly has some sort of a deal going on with like something you buy and you get like a free gift with purchase or something like that. A lot of the times at random chemists and stuff, a lot of them carry Ardell, but this is a great brow product. I really love it. A setting powder that I've been loving just for throughout the day is a CoverGirl True Blend powder. This one is in Translucent Light. I think they changed the packaging of these. I don't remember that they looked like this a couple of years ago. But it's simple. It's just like a clear plastic packaging, and it's got a tiny little mirror, and then you get the product there. It feels kind of gritty when you like touching it, but it's a really finely milled powder. It glides on like a dream, and it gives you like a tiny bit of coverage, not a lot to just like a concealer coverage. It just gets rid of all the oil on my face throughout the day, and it makes my skin just look so flawless, and like my pores have just vanished and my skin is just naturally gorgeous. It's a really nice powder. I really recommend it. And CoverGirl is fairly cheap in Australia, not like $2 cheap, but I believe this is like $15 to $20 maybe, and you do get quite a lot of product as well. This is 11 grams, so that is quite a lot of product for a pressed powder, and it's convenient for on the go. It's really slim, perfect for just chucking in your purse, and it does apply really nicely to the skin. The next thing I've been loving is actually a clothing item. I don't really show clothing too much. Like some of them like chiffon material, some like really silky, but just something floral print I think is just really pretty. It's summer here in Australia at the moment, and it is really hot, except for today because it's pouring down with rain. But this is just a really nice black one that I got from a shop called Cess. And this first one here is from Cess as well. I will leave their website below. But I just really love just putting on a pair of jeans and just putting a nice floral, flowy topper. Really simple, really effortless. And it sort of goes with the whole like summer feeling, even though it's like flowers and it's like springtime, but I just think it's really pretty. So that's it for my January 2014 favorites. I hope you enjoyed. I know this was like a really quick favorites. I have bought quite a lot of makeup recently, but too recently to have tried it out for the whole month and tell you guys what I think of it and what I've been loving. So make sure you check out my haul that I will have coming up, as well as my Valentine's Day eye tutorial as well. I will link that here when I have it uploaded. I will also have it in the description box below, and don't forget to check out there for any links that I might have to websites that I've mentioned, also my social media as well, And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it on Facebook and Twitter and tell everyone about it. It would be muchly appreciated. So yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope you all have had a wonderful month of January. And I hope February and Valentine's Day brings you the best. Thank you so much for watching my video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.